everyone. Thank you for being here. What a lovely audience. That's lovely.
Kiara, please have a seat.
Thank you.
Wow, it really is a packed house. How exciting.
I was just telling Anu backstage, I said I'm a little nervous because I have not done interviews for the last 6 months. We didn't promote the movie. We didn't go out on, the interview rounds. But I'm so happy that we're doing this after the movie because now at least everyone's seen it and we can have so much more to chat about.
Yeah,
but absolutely. It's just so lovely seeing everybody. So thanks guys for being here.
Kiara, I want to start by taking you back to another interview we did. Okay, this was a few days, I think the week before Kabir Singh released.
Yeah.
Right? We did a breakfast interview at your house.
At home, yeah.
Right? And your mom put out this incredible, lavish feast.
All for you.
At that time, you told me that you were nervous. You were waking up at 5:30 in the morning. But you also told me that here's my idea of fame. You said every Sunday I go to Cross Maidan and I light a candle at the cross and I pray.
Yeah.
And when I can't make it to that cross is when I know I'm famous.
Oh man.
So when was the last time you made it to that cross?
I still go every Sunday. And there are a lot of people who come there who are quite surprised to see me. They're like, "Nahi, ye wohi hai, wo." You know that nahi, aise thodi.
Are you in like a cap? And
I go normally thinking that nobody is going to recognize me. You have that feeling sometimes when you walk out and people, they're like, "She looks like that in person." You know that weird feeling that you feel they might, like, as an audience, be like, "Oh, I thought she was taller. I thought she was shorter." All of that. But fortunately, I look the same, and they've not had that to say. But it's been amazing. I think we work so hard to kind of reach the audience. So when they come up to you and shower that love on you, I just feel more grateful. But I haven't stopped going to the cross. I still go there. Now that I've moved to Bandra after I've been married, I keep going to Mount Mary. We don't get out of the car when we're in Mount Mary because I think Bandra seems to be a little more excited than town somehow. So we're sitting in the car because we don't want to disturb people around us who are praying. But in town, it's interesting. It's interesting to see people come up to you and kind of think twice and then be like, "No way, that's
is it Kiara? Is it not?
Is it not?" And when they find out it's you, I feel like my mom always said, "See, you made someone's day." And I'm like, I hope so. I really hope so.
How nice.
Yeah.
Kiara, you've had such a singular trajectory. I don't know of any other actor in the Hindi film industry whose career was completely changed by a short film.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like that only proves what Stanislavski said, that there are no small roles, there are only small actors. And that risk you took, and that was a risk, Love Stories, Karan Johar's film, paid off handsomely. Did that set the foundation for you to continue to take risks as an artist? Or do you feel that success makes you more conservative?
Well, success does make you more conservative. That is true. But now when I look back, I often wonder, I feel like, would I have had the guts to take that up today? Because at that point, there was nothing to lose. I was like, here's a chance to work with Karan Johar, who I had grown up watching, and just being directed by him, I'm like, I have so much to learn. So when I set out, it was like, I was constantly learning. But I like what you said. I like that you said there are no small parts. And I feel like I've actually made some of my most memorable work from roles that have been not much of screen time, be it Preeti, which people still remember, or Sher Shah. They've been performances. Dimple from Sher Shah, I still get recognized by those roles. I still have people coming up to me and talking to me about those films, even though I've done so much other work, which even though that's been appreciated, but the way these have been appreciated and these characters have gone on to kind of, it's sometimes I feel I'm like, okay, now I have to make the next one go past this. So the next time I go meet people, I want them to talk about the last film I did, not like the one I did 5 years ago. But I feel like that's when I realized that it's how impactful you are in those parts. It's not about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of screen time. It's what you can do with that character. And if I can, in a way, okay, for lack of a better word, the word immortalize a character is coming to my mind, but I don't mean to use that word. But for lack of a better word, if I can kind of make that character larger than life and reach you in your homes and kind of you go back with these characters, then I feel like there's something I've done right in these parts. And maybe that's also because I feel like, you know, as an actor, I feel whatever screen time you have or whatever that part is, you have to make it the damn best part of the film. You just have to make it feel like, man, what just happened? You know, even if I always look at when I watch a movie, I'm like, I hope this scene stays with them. I hope, you know, that climax, that moment, that's her moment. Now, how am I going to, I have to nail that part. And I think that's just how I've approached every part that I've played.
But are you less of a risk taker today?
I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to be as, you know, I'm trying to be as raw and as unaffected as I was before all the success came in. I'm trying to still approach the parts with, it's very difficult, but it's very difficult because people have certain expectations from you and you're constantly trying to live up to those expectations as well. Because I feel now they're rooting for you. They want to see more. They want you to, you know, they want you to try different roles, to see what is she going to do that's not expected of her. And somewhere in my journey, I think even the last couple of roles that I've taken up, and let's talk about, say, post Kabir Singh in that year, since that was the year that made me taste a little bit of success. I think the films I took up after that were quite risky in terms of a mainstream commercial heroine. I did Guilty at a time when nobody was looking at the OTT platform. It was much before the pandemic. It was a film that I believed in. It was a subject that I wanted to talk about. And it was a film that honestly gave me the most satisfaction as an actor. I just felt like this was perhaps my most challenging part. And till date, I feel like I've learned so much, that I take so much from that learning into all the other films that I've, you know, been working on. Thereafter, even in the commercial space, I pushed myself to look at parts which had something to, you know, to leave the audience with a certain thought, a certain perspective. Whether it was good news and talking about IVF, or whether it was Jug Jug Jio and talking about like a tabooed subject like divorce, or very recently Satya Prem Ki Katha. And I felt like these were parts I wanted to take to kind of empower and bring that voice, you know, and that needed to be heard. So I feel I am still, the risks are now a little different. I'm trying to meet risk with commercial. I'm trying to take those risks and get a larger audience.
Yeah.
And maybe that's challenging as well. But it's exciting. It's exciting.